This is Kim Spiedig from Tan Sigma. Welcome to episode 117 of Transition Tuesday. Today I'll be talking about student-led post-secondary goals. Right now I'm going to switch over to a short slide presentation to share this information with you. Student-led post-secondary goals. Transition Tuesday, episode 117. In today's video, I will be discussing 4 components that will help students write meaningful post-secondary goals. The word meaningful here means informed. I will also discuss a method that not only teachers can use, but students to write measurable, compliant post-secondary goals. This is the 4th video in building a successful transition program. Before we get into discussing student-led post-secondary goals, let's review the past 3 episodes. In episode 111, we discussed making transition a priority. One of the key factors in doing this is scheduling time for transition. In episode 113, we discussed student responsibilities in their transition process and strategies for increasing student engagement. In episode 115, we discussed that collecting transition data is not only essential, but an ongoing process to help students successfully transition to adult life. In order for students to take the lead in their post-secondary goals, they need to learn about and sometimes discover their strengths through assessments, research, and activities or tasks. Let's look back at episode 12 on different strength assessments.
Different types of strength assessments. First, let's talk about academic assessments. Schools are very familiar with academic assessments. These assessments are used to find if a student meets academic standards or a certain level of mastery on skills in a certain subject. Academic assessments can be used to show comparison strengths to other students' academic skills in a class, school, and sometimes nation. These assessments can also be used to reveal a student's relative strengths in relation to other academic subjects. Character strengths. A character strengths assessment is usually divided into 6 categories: wisdom, courage, humanity, justice, temperance, and transcendence. The items assessed are skills, talents, interests, and resources. It is unlike an academic assessment in that there are no right answers, and the results are used to understand core characteristics of the individual. Multiple intelligence learning styles. A multiple intelligence assessment is usually divided into 8 categories: verbal linguistic, logical mathical, visual spatial, auditory musical, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic. The items assessed are interests and the way the person enjoys learning. Again, there are no right or wrong answers, and the results are used to understand and teach to the students' learning styles. Functional strengths assessments look at day-to-day functioning in areas such as workplace skills, interacting with others, and responsibility. The results are used to indicate areas of strengths as well as areas of needs.
The next area that students need to explore in order to take the lead in their post-secondary goals is career options. Episode 9 explains a process that students can do to learn about their options.
Activities for exploring career options. One of the first things you might want to do is to give your students a career interest inventory or survey. Many career assessments can be found and taken online or printed out to give to your students in the classroom. Next, have the students use their career survey results to research their top 2 or 3 career categories to find out at least 2 specific occupations they are interested in. To do the research, the students can use the internet, newspapers, magazines, and interview people in the occupation they are interested in. After the students have narrowed down their career choices to 2, have them provide information such as job summaries, work environment, the pay that they would get, similar occupations, and, most importantly, why they would like to do that career or job. The students can show the information that they have learned by completing a worksheet, writing a summary, or doing a blog post. They can present a PowerPoint presentation or do a compare and contrast chart.
The third area that students need to learn about or research in order to write their post-secondary goals is their post-secondary education options. Let's take a look at episode 47, which gives some tips on how to help students prepare for post-secondary education.
Here are some tips to help students plan for their post-secondary education. Start early preparing students. Use all 4 of their high school years. Develop an appropriate IEP, making sure that they take rigorous enough courses to not disqualify them from college. And also understand course waivers. Sometimes having a student waive from a course can limit their college options. Keep their educational accommodations documentation up to date. Continuously teach students the skills to advocate for themselves, understanding their disability, needs, strengths, and what accommodations they need to be successful, and have them practice developing their social skills in as many ways as possible. Teach students strategies to manage their stress. Give students long-term assignments. Then help them break down the assignment. This will increase their study habits. Teach test-taking skills. They will need this for college entrance and placement tests, as well as attending a post-secondary school or college. Have students research post-secondary options, what kind of degree certificate they want, and then when they find a post-secondary school, what kind of services and accommodations the school has and the location. Provide resources to the family. Are there scholarships that the student can apply for? Give them a list of school websites and different options for each of the schools. Give them a list of questions to ask at the school and how they can find out about financial aid.
The last area for students to learn about in order for them to take the lead in writing their post-secondary goals is independent living. Let's take a look at episode 15, which lists needed skills for independent living.
According to IDEA 2004, students need a post-secondary goal in the area of independent living, if appropriate. During the transition process, each student should be assessed on their understanding and ability to perform independent living skills. Independent living skills include safety skills, home living skills, health management and personal care, social skills, community access, which includes leisure skills, transportation, money management, law and policies, self-advocacy.
If the students were given opportunities to explore the 4 categories we just discussed, their strengths, different career categories, post-secondary education options, and independent living skills, they could then be taught to write their own post-secondary goals using the when, what, and for what purpose method. Let's look back at this method from episode 11.
To ensure writing measurable, compliant post-secondary goals, use the when, what, and for what purpose method. In the area of education and training, here are some examples. When, after I graduate from high school, what, I will go to a 2-year college. For what purpose? To learn web development. When, after high school, what, I will learn on the job. For what purpose? To be a hotel manager. In the area of employment, some examples would be when I leave school, what, I will get a part-time job. For what purpose? As a dishwasher in a restaurant. When, once Jenny leaves the program, what, she will work full-time. For what purpose? On her family's farm. In the area of independent living, here are some examples. When I'm employed full-time, what, I will live on my own in an apartment. When, after leaving the program, what? James will live in a supported setting.
For today's bonus, I'll be sending you resources and information about writing post-secondary goals. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you use this information so your students can write their own post-secondary goals, or at least assist in writing them. Be sure to check your email for the bonus we just sent over. If this is the first time you've ever seen an episode of Transition Tuesday, click the link below to receive the bonus. Be sure to like and share the video and leave a comment or suggestion for a future episode of Transition Tuesday. Have a great week. See you next Tuesday.